What's going on, guys? Badass Reviewer here. Back with another review. This time, taking a look at the Marvel Legends Killmonger figure from the new Black Panther wave. Not so new anymore, but here he is. Let's take a look. This figure, I think, is miles better than the Black Panther figure that just came out in the same wave. I think the sculpt's a lot cooler. The paint seems a little bit better. And overall, the figure itself is a lot better built than the Black Panther figure. Let's get that into focus here. There we go. Now I'm going to do a comparison of the two right now. If you've seen my other figure review of this guy, you already know. I really like this body a lot better. It's a lot better looking in every regard. I really wish they would have just used this for Black Panther, but they didn't. Bad, Hasbro. Bad. It's also a little bit of a size comparison here. You can clearly see that they're about the same size. Standing straight up and down, it seems like Killmonger is a little bit taller. I don't remember that being the case in the movie, but I can't quite tell. I can't quite remember. I've only seen it once. They seemed about the same height. As you can see, he comes with these two weapons here that he has in the movie. I don't quite care for this spear-looking one, but this one I think is pretty cool. It's kind of a weird-looking sword, I guess you would call it. He uses it pretty prominently in the movie. Like I said, I don't care too much for the spear one, but it does have some nice sculpt. Paint applications are pretty okay for the most part. You know, I don't really display him, or don't know if I will. Maybe I will. I definitely would display him with this sword. This one, not a whole lot going on with it, but it's still pretty cool looking, I think. Pretty butcher-esque looking, I should say. Which is pretty fitting for this character, considering he pretty much just kills a lot of people. And as you can see here, he's got a pretty nice pose. While we're talking about accessories, he comes with these two clenched hands, which obviously are for holding his swords here. You could also use it, you know, if you want to make it look like he's punching people and whatnot, which is pretty cool. I honestly kind of wish, well, I don't know. I kind of wish that Black Panther came with fists like this. They look a lot better, especially since, you know, he's got the claws here. They're kind of poking out still, so that seems more realistic. I don't feel like somebody with really sharp claws would make a full fist, such as Black Panther would. As you can see, this hand here, this is from Black Panther. Granted, yes, he can retract them and whatnot. I just feel like, and I know these are just gripping hands, I just think it looks a lot better, in my opinion, but pretty cool. He does come with a pair of open claws, which, again, I feel like are a lot better looking than Black Panther's. The fingers are a lot better positioned, I feel. Try to get a good shot on this. I feel like they're a lot better positioned for scratching people. And the fingers are more outstretched rather than Black Panther's here, which he's just kind of got them in a kind of a, I'm going to grab this kind of thing. Maybe like trying to pry something up. This looks like he would scratch some guy's face off. No doubt. So yeah, I definitely like the sculpt on these a lot better than Black Panther's as well. I guess you could probably just repaint this a little bit, but you're going to have the studded sculpting on here, which is pretty prominent throughout this entire figure. It's got a lot of sculpting, a lot of these little embedded dots, which not sure if that's just how the suit is or if that's from his body, which I only recall him having them on his body, but they were all over his torso and whatnot. These are more just in specific spots. So I'm going to assume that the sculpt work is just based on how the costume looks and not his actual physical flesh. Speaking of the sculpt, with all the beading, you can see that is pretty prominent on his helmet as well. The paint is a little bit spotty in some spots. You can see where it's the gold is painted on some of it, but then it kind of fades, and then it seems like the gold's a little bit too it's a little too spread out on other parts. It just kind of seems like they went through and just kind of dry brushed, or maybe put some gold shading in there. I really do like this helmet. I think the helmet looked a little bit better in the movie, but obviously this is just a 6-inch $20 figure. Not going to get the most movie realistic look to it. But man, I just think this figure is a lot better. I like posing him a lot better than I do this new Black Panther, even though the articulation is basically the same. I just think the body is what makes the figure look a lot better. He's got these nice big shoulders compared to Black Panther, who has these scrawny little things that look like they could be ripped out no problem. This guy just seems a lot beefier, and I think that's the big problem that the old Black figure does. The Black Panther figure is lacking. In terms of articulation, it's basically the same as Black Panther. His head goes up and down, left and right, all that jazz. Arms go out and in, rotate 360. He's got the butterfly joints. The butterfly joints seem a little bit smaller in range than this Black Panther here. I think it just has to do with how the torso is built, but it just looks a lot different than on this figure, which obviously if they're two separate sculpts, they're going to have two different looking joints. But he gets good range of motion, which is nice. His arms rotate at the bicep, double jointed elbows, rotation in the wrist, as well as a hinge. Ab crunch, nice click, goes forward really good. Doesn't really go far back, but that's not a big deal. I don't really have him leaning back doing the kukuracha or whatever you call it, the limbo or however you call it. Rotation at the waist. His legs can go forward, back, in and out. Rotates at the upper part of the thigh there. Double jointed knees. Hinge in the foot, as well as an ankle pivot. And if you look at his feet there, they're also very nicely sculpted and painted. So pretty good. Something I forgot to mention with the paint is it kind of looks like he's got like leopard print or some kind of camouflage looking deal going on throughout his body. I don't know if that was... I didn't really notice that in the movie, but it seems like he's got this kind of leopard print going on, and I'm kind of confused by that a little bit just because if Black Panther were to actually wear this outfit, then it would kind of look like he was more of like a leopard or something, or a cheetah. So I don't know if he would become Black Cheetah or something. I don't know. I could not tell you. A really unfortunate, the only drawback I think to this figure would be that it didn't come with an unmasked Killmonger head, which they are coming out with in a Toys R Us, not Toys R Us, they're dead. Anyways, it's coming out in a 2-pack with the Eric Ross figure and potentially a Stan Lee Build-A-Figure. But yeah, so they're going to come out with that. It's basically just going to be a I'm assuming it's going to be a repainted version of this figure, which is kind of unfortunate because a lot of people wanted that Super Saiyan Vegeta picture of Killmonger, but it doesn't look like they'll be getting it, unfortunately, unless they decide to make one later on, but I don't think they will. But it will come with the unmasked Killmonger head if you so choose to have that. I myself, I'm not big on the unmasked heads just because I don't ever, pose them that way unless I was going to do like a shot of everyone just standing around being like, hey, what's going on, guys? Let's have a meeting or something. Not that Eric would anyways, because he's not affiliated with anybody else that would be in meetings in the movies. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching my review. Check out my other ones. And have a cold one on me. Thanks for watching.